Thanks for being with us. I'm Eric Franke. Sarah has the night off. First at 10, a few heated exchanges as two proven leaders push to lead Madison for the next 4 years. We're breaking down tonight's mayoral debate between former Mayor Paul Soglin and incumbent Mayor Dave Cheslevich. The night team's Brad Chamson starts our campaign 2011 coverage. Brad.
Well, we have two candidates, both having experience as Madison's mayor, and both, some feel, have the same opinions on key issues. Tonight, each explained where they differ and how they plan to get things done.
In the home stretch toward Tuesday's election, what is developed at the Capitol will have a profound impact at the polls. In the race for mayor, the candidates were asked how unions impact their ability to manage.
I don't want to lay off police officers, firefighters, people who plow our streets. This is a great example of how collective bargaining works. We sit across from the table, we disagree sometimes, we argue sometimes, but at the end of the day, collective bargaining works both for the employees and taxpayers.
Mayor Soglin argues there should have been contracts in place to begin with.
Point being that the contracts weren't done right because of the rush and because we hadn't had a contract with most of these unions going back through the year 2010.
Both candidates are anticipating a dramatic loss in state funding and gave their opinion on how to strengthen the city financially.
I know that the mayor's office is just one of the budgets that's increased the most in the last 8 years. Can be cut by at least a net of $150,000.
We are making smart investments in our infrastructure. Paul talks about Monona Terrace. I'm a little bit more of a nuts and bolts guy. I'm investing in rebuilding streets.
When it comes to the biggest issue facing the city, Soglin points to the growing number of residents living below the poverty line and accuses Mayor Cheslevich of only looking at crime rates to measure the city's health.
I don't look at the measurement of crime as the way to measure how well we're doing. When we've got schools with 70% of our kids under the poverty line, that is the #1 compelling issue we need to address.
Cheslevich says he has gone beyond and that his efforts have made a difference.
Rather than just talking about how it was done 15, 20 years ago, I did something about it in the last few years. When I came to office, Allied Drive was the most challenged neighborhood in our community. We invested millions of dollars in Allied Drive.
Both candidates have had their success in office and their challenges, and when asked what their biggest mistake as mayor was, Cheslevich said he let his friends influence his decision not to push for a referendum on the Regional Transit Authority when he feels it now could have passed. Soglin said he could have been working more with other communities to create different opportunities to partner for service.
We thank both of them for joining us in the studios tonight. Brad Chamson reporting. Brad, thank you very much. Now, if you missed the debate, you can see it all tomorrow on channel3000.com. Also, you can see the entire episode of CSI New York tonight at 12:35 or online at cbs.com.